Self-improvement, it's everywhere. From books to YouTube videos, everyone is talking about it. But why is that? What is self-improvement? And what's so good about it? Self-improvement has been around for the longest time. It's something that has always existed, but just not properly conceptualized into today's understanding until now. In simple terms, it's the improvement of one's knowledge, status, or character by one's own efforts. But in recent years, it has become some sort of a movement or lifestyle. Regardless, the idea remains the same: to improve oneself. But why has improving oneself suddenly become a concept that has to be strived for? Isn't it something that we should innately be doing? Our primal ancestors seek for ways to improve themselves, discovering fire, technologies, better way of life without the need for a self-help book or someone behind a camera telling them to do so. My answer to that is the increasing complexity of what can be improved now compared to the past. The state of improvement back then was very straightforward: to improve oneself so as to survive better. How to survive better in the wild, how to find food easier, how to avoid predators. In today's world, survival in the primal sense is secondary. It's easier to find food, water, and shelter compared to our ancestors. Yes, of course, improving all these things will still be an important venture for humans. But for people like us, it's no longer our focus. We are not just looking for food, we are looking for more exotic, tastier, and more complex food that will give us that spike in senses. We are not just looking for shelter, but a high-rise apartment that overlooks the entire city. We are no longer fighting predators of different species in the wild, but fighting political wars with other humans in the office environment. With that in mind, the things that can be improved become so much more complex. Because it's just not in our primal nature to do these things, we are now seeking improvements to chase a piece of paper called money instead of survival. That's the reason for the popularity of self-help books and videos, because it acts as a guide for us on how to start. But of course, it's not just that. As much as things got more complicated, things also got so much easier. If things get easier, there's really no reason for the majority to want to go through all that stress to improve themselves. You can always just go with the flow, get a normal job, get a normal pay enough to survive, and that's good for most. But that's when you have to realize that there's more to life than just getting a job and paying your bills. There's so much to see, so much to experience, so many people to meet. All these things wouldn't be possible if you don't improve yourself. If you are an introvert who hates interacting with people and just spend all your time in your own room playing computer games, you'll be missing out a lot on what life has to offer outside your room door. There was an event in my life that has really motivated me to want to inspire others to improve themselves. I have a friend. Let's call him John. I met John when I was in the army. He's quite good looking, funny, and runs a chain of restaurants. With that kind of portfolio, you would think that he'll be getting all the girls. But that's far from the truth. In a country where having a degree is considered a norm, he will look down on himself as he's only a diploma holder. He spent most of his time running the restaurants that he didn't give himself time to date other girls. When we asked John about his dating life, for some reason, he would constantly say that he's not good enough and no girls would want him. And that's when it really hit me that there are people like him out there who has everything that we wanted, but wasn't able to put himself out there due to a simple lack of confidence. I feel frustrated for him because I know there is more than he thinks he is, and I've spent countless times with him trying to convince and motivate him to put himself out there. And just try. Rejection is nothing but just a word. If you're brave enough to take the self-improvement pill and take up the conviction to improve yourself, you'll be able to see more of what life has to offer. With that, there are many people that you can get your advice from, ranging from your friends and family to famous politicians and even some controversial celebrities. And here's the thing about taking advice from other people that you have to keep in mind. You have to be intelligent. Be selective in what advice to actually listen. People try to cancel someone because of some comments that they made. But if you're intelligent about it, you would filter out the comments that doesn't sit well with you. And you'll realize that there are other advice that they give that's actually really good. I'm not saying that you have to like or support someone in order to listen to their advice. But be humble, intelligent, and selective. Just filter out things that you don't agree on. Listen to the good ones and move on. Self-improvement will always be something that everyone should strive for. In the kind of world that we live in, it's easy to just go with the flow and live a mundane life. But at the back of our mind, we know that there's so much more to life, and one can only experience them fully if we seek for the acts that will help break the chains that's shackling from our goals.